You can be safe. Just say the word, and I'll close shop early.
Are you sure?
Technically, she's got a pantsuit on, but
Plus,
I get
you
your
won't make
drift.
much progress if people can hear you from downstairs. It's not like this place is the liveliest joint in town. It won't be a huge loss for me.
Let us accept his offer. What a great man.
It's God. What's up, little bitch? Little bald-headed poop face.
That sounds familiar.
It's me, Akashi.
Enter.
That's the death certificate of the principal offender, correct? Is there a problem with it?
No, nothing in particular. More importantly, you've done well with regard to the prosecutors.
The cause of death for the SIU director has been settled as a stroke.
I had him work quite substantially on forging evidence. His loss should be mourned.
It was thanks to his efforts that I could enter the Phantom Thieves' interrogation room, too.
The SIU is in disarray with his death. I'll take my time choosing a successor after the elections.
At any rate, I'm now praised as a hero, and I owe it all to the Phantom Thieves.
All possible hindrances are now gone.
This guy's like a more badass
No
version of
doubt that
Mishima.
this election is mine.
And on to our next story, the snap election for the House of Representatives. Discussion is swirling around potential nominees as the deadline for candidacy announcement nears.
It's like Alpha Mishima. And then you have Beta Mishima.
Candidates will announce on the 23rd of this month, while voting will be held on the 18th of next.
Elections, huh? Don't matter to us. It's not like we can vote in them yet anyways.
Why don't we resume our conversation?
Well, the Phantom Thieves are back together. We can finally take it to Akechi and the bastard backing him.
Have you figured out who's behind all this?
Akechi accidentally let that slip after the murder. He said, Shido-san.
Shido? Feels like I heard that somewhere.
You should turn the news back on, dumbass.
He is unmistakably a man of power if he has such strong connections to the police.
Shido? Could it be Masayoshi Shido?
Who? I believe he's a politician. Remember, Ryuji? You said his speech was too loud.
For real?
It's certainly possible that Shido is the mastermind.
Huh?
Do you have some kind of evidence?
Nothing material. However, there are various conditions which align with that possibility. First, he would profit from damage done to the current administration by the psychotic breakdowns. He's maintained a negative stance toward the Phantom Thieves and has gained tremendous popularity. On top of that, he'll most likely become the next Prime Minister if he wins this upcoming election.
No!
Did he set us up with that election in mind?
If he is behind all this, that would be in stark opposition to his honest public image.
So his current position and popularity is just him benefiting from the mental collapses. We'll make him have a change of heart, no matter what it takes. Mom.
Shido, huh?
What is the matter?
I had a feeling he was wrapped up in all this. Just based on the connections I had from my previous job. I think the one who crushed Wakaba's research and confiscated her materials was probably Shido. From the moment Wakaba died, I had a hunch he was involved.
Okay.
But there wasn't anything I could do. So I chose to protect Futaba and went into hiding.
Why didn't you say that sooner?
You guys would have definitely gone after him if I had. He would have just killed all of you, no doubt. That's what he usually does to people who get in his way.
Originally, I was looking into the mental shutdown cases. It was then that I accidentally stumbled upon government research regarding the psychotic breakdowns.
I thought he was gonna say what my guess was earlier was that Shido is Futaba's father, and that's how he knew so much about her mother's research. But I guess not.
So I tracked down the whereabouts of that research data and met with the associated parties. Boss was one of those parties. I would never have imagined all of this was connected. The mental shutdowns, psychotic breakdowns, Shido, and even the Phantom Thieves' actions.
Way back when, Shido kept saying he was going to be Prime Minister one day. Nobody believed him, though.
What's going to happen to this country if Shido becomes Prime Minister? What about the world?
The issue is simpler than that. This is nothing more than yet another selfish adult trying to impose his will on the public.
These goddamn adults in this game. They're such shitlords, man.
We gotta expose that rotten bastard!
Yeah, we'll do it like always. Then let's check the nav.
Masayoshi Shido, the guy running for Prime Minister.
Got a hit!
Well, duh. Ain't a surprise he has one.
Where would the location be?
What kind of things go through a politician's head?
I always think of dirty money and shady actions.
What does he do? And where? We don't got a clue about this guy's life.
His palace must be somewhere that politicians frequent. Any ideas?
Yeah, the Diet building?
We got a hit!
How arrogant must he be to see himself as the ruler of the Diet building?
Or Diet? I always thought it was pronounced Diet. I guess it is Diet.
Our next target's the big shot politician Masayoshi Shido. We're gonna do this, right?
What about Akechi?
No need to waste time with him. We just gotta hit the head. Nobody against it?
Of course!
He will be a worthy opponent.
Let's win this together. Time for revenge. Then it's unanimous.
Let's
All we
fuck
gotta
him
do
up.
now is figure out what he thinks that Diet building place is.
So that's the app that allowed me to enter the metaverse.
An old fart like me can't wrap his head around all this stuff.
We'll have to deal with this before Election Day, December 18th. That means we need it done by the 17th.
It's best we hurry before they discover there's no body in the morgue.
If they would have had Kasumi be the traitor, that would have been pretty interesting. I don't know how they would explain themselves out of it, though, because of how much they built around Akechi. I have no idea how they would explain themselves out of it.
Should we start tomorrow then? We can meet at the Diet building after school.
That reminds me, what are you gonna do about school? You can't show up if you're supposed to be dead.
Miss Kawakami said he went back home for family reasons.
Like, it'd be one of those things where it'd be a cool, interesting curveball, like you said, but like, it would be one of those, I think it would be one of those things, like if you were actually playing it and experienced how it would be written if it was her, you'd be like, you'd almost feel like lied to. It is obvious, but the way that they did it made me not care it was obvious. Like, this whole story and this whole like plan they put in motion, and how much the characters all knew about how shitty he was. Like, that whole plan and the way that it was done made me not even care that it was obvious. Like, I don't think they were trying to cause misdirection. In fact, the fact that they made it so obvious that it was Akechi caused me to create my own misdirection. Like saying Haru was going to betray us because she thought that the Phantom Thieves were murderers and killed the principal. Or that Makoto was going to turn on us because, like, I kind of like how they did it. Because I started creating alternatives.
That's what I told the school.
Don't let him find out you're alive then, alright? This whole thing would be for nothing.
What do you mean?
This operation had another purpose outside of escaping Akechi's clutches.
But then again, I can be pretty stupid, so. My genre savviness was my own downfall. There you go.
Shido tried to place all the blame on the Phantom Thieves and deceive the public at the same time. He has ruined countless lives, and even made Goro Akechi, a student, assist him with assassinations. A mere change of heart is too lenient a sentence for such an abominable criminal.
I will say there'll be one thing that I'm disappointed with, is if Akechi's only reason for following, his only reason for following and doing whatever Shido tells him to do is because he wanted to be famous. Like, I won't like that. If that's just all, Akechi killed all those people and did all that stuff just because he wanted to be famous. Like, I'd be pretty sad.
We'll be making use of the police statement that the leader of the Phantom Thieves committed suicide. Our leader, who is presumed dead, will come out of hiding to deliver a grand statement.
Oh, Dev.
He'll say he has escaped prison, not committed suicide, and was in fact almost killed by a criminal. Everyone's gonna flip.
You guys thought through all this stuff too?
We're intellectuals, you know.
That's why you needed such a daring trick as getting captured and appearing to be killed. What frightening teenagers.
I know, and your sister's one of them.
But the true battle has only just begun.
Wait, let me see something. Sorry. Oh, I see. Oh, we're gonna make an announcement. Ah.
We won the first round, but we must stay on our toes.
Akechi just walks and goes, "Oh, I really want some coffee." What the fuck? Hey, Sojiro, do you make any pancakes?
Yeah, this ain't the time to be celebrating.
These people tried to trap and kill us. There is no end to their inhuman, conniving nature. We will need to be prepared for whatever may come our way.
Curry pancakes, there you go.
I finally made it this far. It's already been 2.5 years since we met.
I'm disappointed they haven't let Ryuji say fuck yet.
Back then, you earned the media's attention as a young politician who could rise up against bureaucracy. Because of that, those who wanted to
Makes me sad.
preemptively deal with problems tried to tie you up in scandal.
He does kind of look like Lex Luthor, you're right.
To think I would fall for the ruse schemed by those decrepit fools in power. I recall that's when you came to me.
Oh, did he really?
You promoted yourself saying you
Well,
had
he didn't really say
special
fuck, he just
powers.
wrote it. Yep, that's right. Not voice, it doesn't count. That's right.
If it wasn't for
We're on
the
the same
research
page.
on cognition that I dabbled in, I would have thought you insane.
I made those troublesome opponents psychotic and erased any trace of that scandal.
Who'd think that tampering with a person's heart could trigger a psychotic lapse or mental shutdown?
Okay, so I can only come to the conclusion that there was somebody on that train who had to deal with, like, some sort of cognition research. Because why did they do that? Why did they fuck up the dude on the train at the beginning of the game?
And when someone like that said he'd support me, I had suspected there'd be an ulterior motive.
It's because I sympathized with your aspiring ideology.
Oh, the guy driving the train was a political rival? Damn, the frickin' vehicle for advancement is real quick in Japan.
I believed that your ideals needed to be achieved for the sake of the country's future.
Well, my faith in you was precisely why I pulled the plug on that research.
Oh yeah, it could be if it's gonna get fame, but I would almost want to think that there would be someone on that train that they wanted dead.
I only need you using that power.
And
It'd be
since
troublesome if someone else uncovered how it works.
there was probably someone on that train who they wanted dead, who was a generally good person, so they couldn't do anything to his cognition. So they had to find someone who they could do something to, and it was the guy driving the train. Maybe the guy driving the train had some naughty things.
Wakaba Ishiki, was it? That researcher. She wouldn't have had to die if she just complied.
Any suspicions should be snubbed out. Even the smallest doubt must be severed at the root. After all, we had an active public prosecutor's office director on our side until recently.
And they said Kasumi. Didn't Kasumi have a sister who died? Because of an accident due to one of these things?
Astounding, isn't it? To think the director himself often forged evidence to
Because of a
secure
car
his
accident or
promotion.
something?
He was quite surprised when you confronted him about it. He didn't know who leaked that information. Well, I got that out of his shadow, so technically speaking, he did it himself.
This country's affairs have become stagnant. The political world is filled with old men who only act to preserve their own vested interests. The general public has forsaken such political affairs and don't even bother. Only ruin awaits us.
I must agree.
There's no need to be ruined along with such incompetent fools. I will lead this country to its revival. Those who get in the way must be eliminated at times. That's the correct way to use the metaverse.
Oh, this dude sucks.
Still, it would stand out if there were continuous deaths and scandals with your political rivals. Which is why I made them suspects. Prosecute the targets that I turn psychotic, and solve them as cases unrelated to you. And thus, the charismatic ace detective was born.
Thanks to your efforts, my clean image remains untarnished, and I've monopolized public opinion. Once I gained public sentiment, collaborators from all sectors began approaching me on their own. The police were no exception. With their management in my pocket, keeping them in check was easy.
When the Phantom Thieves emerged, I thought things might become somewhat troublesome.
And they were just brats once we looked into it. All we needed to do was lay the blame on them.
When you told me that, I knew then that you were the better man.
Their popularity was a bit beyond my expectations, but flipping it made the negative press stronger. After that, all I had to do was openly berate them. I've been gaining more supporters since. The current administration is dead with ongoing scandals. Never mind the fact that they're my doing. Even the government parties have begun splitting up, and they're dissolving just as planned. The time has finally come. Just a little more, and I will take the seat of Prime Minister. However, inauguration isn't my goal. That's when everything truly begins. I'll make this country rich for the sake of its selfish and ignorant masses who can only rely on others.
In other words, you're creating a powerful country that can compete with the world.
Sounds like a wholesome goal.
The public resonates with my ideals and follows me. And for that, some sacrifices can't be avoided. That is my duty as the chosen one. Your assistance has been very influential in making my plans proceed smoothly. When I become Prime Minister, I'll grant whatever wish you want.
He's the chosen one?
With this most
Oh, you
recent
won't say what
case,
it is?
my name has become known across the country, perhaps even the world.
We're gonna find it out.
Surely my story will be passed down as a hero who won against monsters that could control people's hearts.
You're such a child, Akechi.
I believe I'll lay low and devote myself to my studies.
I suppose with your age, you wouldn't come up with debauched desires.
I am thinking about the future, though.
Well,
Okay.
how do I put this?
Looks like things finally settled down. Life's gonna get real busy for you starting tomorrow, right? Get some rest.
Well then.
Chief's right. Let's take it easy for today. Man, a lot of shit's happened since we jumped out the window. Jesus Christ. Let's talk to these people. What's up, Futaba?
Remember how I hijacked your phone during the school trip? That kind of came in handy.
I know, right? How so?
Well, remember how I put that wiretap app in Akechi's phone? Basically, that let me see GPS info for 2 phones, yours and his. I'd be able to tell the precise moment Sai Nijima, who had your phone, ran into Akechi. That's when I saw my chance, and beep, sent the signal to activate the Metaverse Navigator.
Dude, Futaba's so goddamn awesome. Wait, is this really long?
There was a chance they'd just pass each other without saying a single word. That's why we needed you to tell Sai Nijima to show the phone to Akechi. This plan still surprises me no matter how many times I hear it. Still, I couldn't just directly hack into the Metaverse Nav. It's a mysterious app after all.
Oh my god, is this...
You know how it has that bookmark function? All you have to do is push the button. Making the phone think he was pushing that button was totally doable. Pretty good, huh?
Genius, Futaba. Wait, she still has more... Okay,
I
let me
should
see.
write something.
I feel like I haven't saved in an hour. It's almost an hour.
It may not have looked like it, but everyone else was risking their lives too. Though there's no doubt you were the most at risk. I mean, you actually got arrested.
No shit, Futaba.
But it seems like all the drugs and stuff made you forget the details of the plan.
So
Want
that...
me to
So...
explain how it all went down?
The drugs...
It might take a bit.
Oh my god. We already went through it though, don't we? We don't need to go through this, right? We've already gone through it before. We can fast forward if it gets repetitive.
Well, since the rest of us didn't get captured, we had to pretend we never wanted you to get arrested. Pretend the suicide news was a real shock.
Shit, I can't fast forward.
Basically, we had to act like we didn't know anything, 24/7. The enemy knows who we are, so we couldn't let our guard down even once while you were gone. If they had people watching us and realized what our plan was, they would have killed you immediately.
True.
Want to hear more?
I think that's enough for now.
I guess that's understandable.
I understood the plan.
You
I
must
understood
be
what they were
pretty
doing.
exhausted.
It's a
Just
kick-ass
focus
plan.
on resting up. You don't have to worry about anything else. And seriously, well done.
Thanks. Thanks, girlfriend. Oh, you didn't hear that. So true. Bet you bake safe and sound. That's putting it too lightly. You had a rough in there, didn't you? Don't worry about it.
Sorry.
Catch was after you all along. I know it was risky, but we had no choice but to depend on him. Thanks to your tenacity, you were able to fool him. Let's pay back 10. Let's make him regret underestimating his finities. Yeah, let's fuck him up.
So,
By the way, the police report on your death isn't going to show up at your school. No need to worry. Seems Prosecutor Nijima worked out some kind of deal with the higher-ups or something. And they haven't even said anything to me even. As long as you stay quiet, you'll be fine.
well, how do I put
I
this?
know, right? They're so nice. And I guess if they reported your death now, they'd basically be saying you were a Phantom Thief. You can't really go announcing what the Phantom Thieves are, so I'm sure they'll avoid that. Okay. Do I just go to sleep now?
Hey,
Just go the fuck to bed? I gotta say, our girlfriends and future girlfriends, they did a good job. They did a good job.
I'm gonna head back then.
guess you won't be going to school for a while.
Sweet.
Don't worry about it. This'll be a breeze compared to what we've had to face so far. And we'll have all the time to come up with the plans together.
We're about to have a shit ton of free time. 30-day vacation. Heck yeah.
To be perfectly honest, I don't really care what happens to Shido, one way or the other. But when I consider the fact that he's your enemy, I naturally think he's my enemy as well.
Good call.
I'm going to stay with you until the very end. Well then, we should get to sleep. You know, something that Futaba said before. When you were in a pinch in the palace, she picked up a reading of someone who came to your rescue.
Yeah, let's give
Was
his ass a
that-
mental shutdown. Let's do it. It was Kasumi.
So it was Yoshizawa. Then we'd better let her know you're safe now. And I'll even lend you a hand with that.
God, Morgana's gonna fuck it all up. He's a hero. He's a bitch. God damn it, Ketchy. Ketchy. Really is amazing. You know, I actually am super happy that Akechi was a bitch. Because it means...
There's no point in even having an election.
If he wasn't,
Shido's gonna win.
then I would have hated him. That's true. That's true, Cyclone.
Of course, he's the only reliable politician there is. Plus, the current government has been getting wrapped up in scandal after scandal. Even more importantly, there's just an aura about him.
Oh god, do we have to live
like
as
he
a...
can fix whatever problems we have.
We have to go to school as Ryuji? We gotta live as Ryuji.
It doesn't really matter to me who does it. I just want to see our society back on track. Especially after it turned out those phantom thieves were nothing more than scum in the end.
We'll show you.
Ryuji's private time. I heard you went home, so I announced it during homeroom. Are you okay? You're a bad teacher. What the fuck? Why would someone choose that? You're a bad teacher. That seems so horrible. I am, thanks. You're alive. The news is reporting you committed suicide. Call me when you can. I was so confused. But as long as you're safe, don't worry about yourself. Just take care of yourself. Don't worry about school. Take care of yourself. Thanks. She was girlfriend number 1, right? Yeah, she was girlfriend number 1. Is it true the leader of the Phantom Thieves died? How can they please let him commit suicide in jail? They need to get their shit together.
Cut that out!
They're in class. Break's been over for quite some time now. I swear you're like monkeys in a zoo. Received word from Izanagi's family that he'll be absent for a bit. What do you think school... What do you people think school is anyway? It's almost time. Yeah, we're here as a ghost. That's right. Hey, it can't be true, can it? Please tell me you're okay. Man, if I tell Mishima we're okay, he's gonna fucking tell half the goddamn world. All good. It's haunting the class. I love it. I love it. Thank God you're safe. That suicide report was all over the news, and Miss Kawakami said you went back to your hometown. I was honestly worried about contacting you. Even Sakamoto was dodging the question when I asked him. Or Sakamoto. But don't worry, I won't tell anyone. By the way, the fan side is a real mess right now, but I'll keep supporting you from the shadows. Good luck. I just got a chat message from Oya. Some crazy stuff is going on with the Phantom Thieves. Are you okay? I'm fine. Really? That's good. It's chaos over here because of the Phantom Thieves. You're still alive, so you must be scheming something, right? Gotta prepare myself for one more mountain. But I'm glad you're okay. I'm busy, so I'll talk to you again later.
Hey.
I always forget that she's one of our girlfriends, too. Take your time with the 2. Futaba isn't maxed yet. I think Chihaya is maxed. Yeah, because we boned her in the Ferris wheel or whatever. Right where we boned Ann. Yeah, Haru, Futaba's at level 9, Mishima's at like level 8, and Haru's like pretty low. Have you guys figured out the keyword to Shido's palace yet? Tried all sorts of stuff, but no luck so far. It's hard to understand the thought process of a criminal mastermind like him. I've been wondering if he's been behind all those mental shutdowns. Doesn't that mean all the weird accidents from the past few years were his fault? Like that subway accident back in April. Now that you mention it, that accident lost the Minister of Transport his job. Okay. Now that makes sense. You're trying to say Shido caused that accident? But it's the subway. Does he not care at all about innocent lives? The man seems to be truly unbelievable. Clearly, there are still tons of victims for that in the hospital even now. Shido. How many has he killed over the years? How can we ever understand what goes on in the mind of such a horrible man? Wouldn't it be faster if we just go there and try and think about it on site? Let's try that. If we're gonna go, I'd like Malch to join, but will that be okay? Won't somebody there spot him? We'll probably figure out the keyword in no time once we're there. Plus, I can throw off anyone who tails us with blazing speed. Yeah, Haru comes a little late. But we're about to, like, jump on the Haru bandwagon hardcore. She's gonna be tired of us here in a little bit. We're going with the intent of not being seen. Okay, let's meet in front of the Dia building and force the bastard's palace open.
All right, let's head to the Diet building.
Or Diet.
Make sure you aren't discovered, okay?
I, for some reason, always thought it was pronounced Diet.
You going out?
On a runway for it. God damn it. That's the plan.
You gotta be kidding me. You realize you're done for if you get caught, right? Ugh. The stunts you pull sometimes. Just don't stay out too late.
Okay, bro, Jero.
Akechi isn't here.
Thank God.
Let's begin at once. Police cars are making rounds, so we can't stay here too long. We already have Masayoshi Shido and Diet building.
Thank you,
All we
Shota.
need is what he thinks of this place.
That's a wonderful message. I loved it.
Maybe Mount Fuji, since it's the highest place in the country?
Conditions have not been met.
I know I've said this
What
before, but I
about
should
Mansion?
have a lot. I should have my Discord. I know. I'm gonna have my Discord ready by sometime early next week. I'm gonna have probably over the weekend actually. I'm gonna get that done probably tomorrow. I'm gonna have my other stuff. All that's. I'm gonna have a lot of stuff done by sometime next week.
Since he's going to subjugate everyone as Prime Minister, perhaps a school?
It's 7 a.m. Where do you live, man? Are you what would that be? Like Europe?
What about an arena, like the Colosseum?
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense then.
Imperial Palace?
Ah, the Russia.
It's no good.
Awesome. When I first started streaming, I met someone from Russia.
I thought we would have gained entry by now. Maybe we shouldn't have called you here.
Hey, you think he's guarding his whole palace with a barrier? Shido stole the cognitive science research, right? Well, maybe it had some special move written in it.
Is that even possible?
Who knows? I've got no idea. There was nothing like that in the notes I saw.
I feel like Morgana's completely tapped out on his knowledge of the metaverse. She's just like, fuck, don't ask me any more questions. I have no clue.
Anyways, what kind of person is Shido? I can't figure him out.
I did some light research on him last night, but I couldn't get a grasp on the type of man he is.
That man over there is probably a legislator, right? I'll try asking him. Excuse me. I'm a member of the newspaper club at my high school. May I speak with you for a moment?
Well, her acting's gotten a lot better.
Sure.
What kind of person is Representative Shido? What's he think about the national diet?
His stance is dedication for country. It's how he's garnered everyone's trust. He's an admirable man of action, with a first-class determination. I'd say he's a model politician.
Could that guy talk any slower?
I believe that he'll help create a wonderful future in which young adults like you can live in ease.
An exemplary answer. It makes sense he wouldn't tell teenagers anything unnecessary.
Look over there. He's on a walkie-talkie.
We gotta get the fuck out of here, guys.
Wait, is it about us?
That doesn't look good.
We should leave it
Well, we do
once.
kind of stick out because everyone else who's walking around is in suits with hunchbacks, and we're the only good-looking people, like in a freaking city block.
Tomorrow's a day off, so let's have an early strategy meeting. Meet at LeBlanc, okay? We should all think about this tonight.
The criminals calling themselves the Phantom Thieves are no more. However, I believe that this country's citizens are still living their days in anxiety. These scandals only increase our distrust of the current government. As a citizen myself, I am enraged.
Look who's talking.
What does it mean to be a politician with responsibility?
Yes, I remember when she fed us the elephant shit coffee.
Working toward personal gain without consideration of the country is outrageous.
And I hit the fuck this shit I'm out button and walked away.
The election's public notification is tomorrow. No matter where I go, people are cheering for Shido.
Everyone's being deceived so easily.
Oh shit. I tried looking Shido's interviews up online. They all sound so goddamn fake. I checked his profile as well, but I couldn't find much outside of his title and education. He's currently 53 years old, and he's gone from a Metropolitan Assemblyman to a representative. Though he's a cabinet minister, he split from the ruling party to form the United Future Party. We have new buttons yet? I have a list that I'm going to put in tomorrow, that I'm going to go find. And we may have a completely full stream deck by tomorrow. He was specially appointed to the position, that's his current title. Apparently he also won a contest for who people would most like to have as their boss. Yeah, he looks pretty damn hell. I thought he was going to be like at oldest, like early 40s. Even the news sites write about him as though he's assured to become the prime minister. Although it's kind of hard to determine how old bald people are at times. If only we could find out the meaning behind Shido's words.
In order to save this country that has been tainted by villains, social reform is essential.
Ugh.
Shido's reputation is truly astronomical. It's preposterous. This isn't the popularity level of a normal politician anymore. Yeah, he'll sue, yeah. What's so great about my series? Oh, I'll sue! I mean, he did sue. We went to jail. He's a strong leader who protects his citizens while supposedly... Well, I guess he didn't really sue, I guess. We went to jail. Or not went to jail, went to juvie. We went to something. We got fucked up. Is everyone blind? We'll just need to shed light on who he really is. By the way, is it okay if my sister joins us tomorrow? Yes? Are you kidding me? Of course it's okay. Oh, this isn't a private... I thought this was a private text message. She's hoping she can be a hope as well. That'd be great. That would be great. Can I put some exclamation points? I want to put like 7 of them. Okay, I'll tell her that. Yeah, that's right. The year rehabilitation, that's right. We'll figure out the keywords tomorrow for sure. What's so great about a shitty adult? There's only a few that are great. Brodro, fantastic. Kawakami, she gives badass massages. Sai, hot. That's it. And she's now our friend. I get no one creeps shit about him, but it still creeps me out.
I'll just add this.
And I think that is where we're going to stop. Oh, dude, we had a lot of stuff today. We did a lot of stuff today. A whole lot of stuff today. Holy crap. Mind was blown. Mind was blown today. That was really cool. I really enjoyed how they did that. Like I said, I know it wasn't a surprise that Akechi was like the guy who was going to betray us, that he was like the bad guy in that scenario. But the way that they did it, and then the way that they presented it, I didn't care. I just didn't care. Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, Takemi, she's definitely a great adult. Takemi is a fantastic adult. Hawaii's really good too. The politician guy's alright. Oya's okay. Chihaya, I love that pump. I love that country bumpkin. I love the country bumpkin. She's awesome. Alright guys, I'm going to head out for the night though. Thank y'all for hanging out with me tonight. Thank y'all for having fun and sitting back, relaxing, and having a good time. If you haven't done so already, you enjoyed the stream, go ahead, give me a follow. I'd greatly appreciate it. And tomorrow we'll be back at around 5 o'clock Central with some more Persona 5 Royal. And I'm looking forward to seeing more, to having fun with this. It's like, I'm pumped to see where it goes. I'm really excited. And I'm pumped to get to the 3rd semester and seeing what the new content's like as well. Because I have heard some good stuff about it. But anyway, y'all have a great rest of the night, even though there's not a lot of it. Great morning, great afternoon. Be healthy, be safe, and just be good people. Y'all take it easy, guys. Bye-bye.